Welcome to the Golden Nuggets.
Hi business owners, Hanif here from the Golden Nuggets podcast. If you haven't heard already, we recently launched the Podium and it was well received. So the Podium is a community where you not only learn from us but also other business owners in the community. On top of that, you get to be featured for one episode on the podcast itself, to share about your business and promote the campaign that you are running. To be a part of the Podium, you simply need to sign up at tgnpodcast.com/thepodium. So this $250 startup price offer is only valid for the next 10 sign up. So see you on the Podium. Hi everyone, welcome back to the Golden Nuggets podcast. This is part 3 with Nabill Chikis, and he has shared with us a lot of interesting things. If you want to hear his story, that's in part 1. If you want to hear his challenges that he has also shared with us, that's in part 2. And welcome to part 3. Ami, take it away.
Yeah, alright. So, Nabil, you single or got girlfriend?
Single. Yeah.
Lain macam je tengok.
So, girls, if you want
good looking guy who's running his own business,
27-year-old,
knows what he's doing.
27 is a peak marrying age for Malays.
Okay.
Can reach out to him. But first must subscribe to his
I'll buy my chicken.
meal prep first.
and I believe whoever is going to be your calon, right? They have to be in tune with what you are doing. That means you have to be extremely supportive of the business and help him grow the business.
Yeah. Of course, like, I want to grow the business lah. Yeah. A lot of people don't understand that lah.
Yeah. Must be on the same frequency lah, ladies.
If you want to date, must show all the number.
Okay. So, Nabil, we dig from you one more challenges that you actually face from the business itself lah. Is there any other thing that you are facing right now?
Okay, what I've spoken about is mostly like problems like sales and operations, right? There's also problems when it comes to marketing also.
Okay.
So like when I remember when I shared more of myself and stories and everything, people they always tell me like, oh, don't share evil eye and all sort of things lah. Right. They warn me and all lah. And part of that, I remember my mom was sick, right? A few weeks before, someone warned me. They told me not to share a lot of things. Then a few weeks after, then my mom sick. So I was like blaming myself lah over that. Like, hey, is this my doing or whatever lah, right? And and a lot of people like a lot of negative comments lah. And that honestly made me think a lot about what I'm doing. Back then I was doing my marketing mostly of documentary style.
Okay.
Because for me, I'm juggling a lot of things. I don't have time to really like sit down and brainstorm of content. So mostly I just take the camera around and just record myself lah. Okay. Right. So then I remember I was a bit affected lah by all these comments. And my marketing strategy, I almost changed it. But honestly now, for me, I was taking a lot of the negative comments, but actually there's a lot of positivity also. People who coming to support and so always look at the bright side. And even positive comments, I remember people who send messages. They all look at Chikis as inspiring brand lah, right? So when sharing your downfalls and also your success, right, it inspires them also. So when I look at myself, like, I remind myself I'm doing this because of my family, and also people who are relating to what I'm facing lah. So the negative comments all, even if people who warn me of evil eye, I'm sure they have good intentions behind it. They don't want me to expose myself. Good intentions lah. But for me, I will continue doing this for people who are following my journey and looking at this more positively lah. Yeah. So that's one challenge. Yeah.
I think Hanafi have asked this to one of our previous guests before. Do you remember what he mentioned?
I can't. Oh, yes. So so we had a guest who was having an issue with evil eye. But what he mentioned was every time you do something, and knowing that the public is gonna see, or in fact even anything that you do, just make sure that you say Alhamdulillah. You relay it back to Allah.
Yes.
And another thing that he mentioned also, sometimes people may say about evil eye and all, but the thing is, evil eye happens by the will of God. So whether or not you are out there publicly or not, it's still by the will of God. And if it is by the will of God, if it were to really happen, like you also mentioned, just take a look at the positive side of things.
Right. Yeah.
So just keep that in mind. I mean, for myself also, I'm trying to break out of my shell. I mean, the podcast is one of the way for me to do content creation, but I'm trying to break out of that shell to also be a bit more public, because I'm running multiple businesses, and I know that if I were to be more open and document my own journey, I think it will not only inspire, but it will help my business also.
Likewise for our friend behind the camera. I'm still waiting for his content.
Which he have promised 3 months ago, is it?
Longer, bro. At the start of the Golden Nuggets, that's one of the things that we talked about.
I think it's when you mentioned by the will of God and everything is when I did business, I mean Chiki is alright. I was always very stressed about sales, revenue and all lah. But then when I read more about Islam, I went for Umrah early this year, and Alhamdulillah, and I'm learning from my ustad also. So I mean, Islam, you also believe that rezeki is written for you already. No matter what, like if today you are going to achieve maybe $50 in your bank, you will receive like $50. Right? If it's today you earn $0, you earn $0. No matter what, it's written for you already. So with that, right, I become more more content lah. Like whatever it is, Allah SWT have planned. So that's back then I was always stressing out, but now I'm like, okay. Alhamdulillah.
Okay. I got a question for you, Nabil. With regards to content creation, you say you have 1,000,001 things to do. You have like a lot of things that you are juggling, right? Has content creation ever been a problem for you?
Content creation, okay. So if there are not a lot of interesting things that happen, then there becomes a struggle lah. So I have to create content lah. So then I will resort to evergreen content. So like recipe videos, maybe skits in my dad. So if you see me doing that, then I
got no idea.
I have no idea.
Okay.
This is something I see recently, and I think it's brilliant. I think me and Hanafi, we get inspired a lot by how Malaysians actually do their marketing. So recently I saw this video of this guy. Of course, the product placement is the kambing perap lah. And then he's in the middle of somewhere lah, like with like what do you call it, like river and all. So what he did is he swim under the river, and then he bring like daun leaf, and that is kind of like something that he used to pay. He pay someone behind the camera, but that person give him the ayam the kambing perap instead. Then with the kambing perap, he swim back to land, and then he do those cooking videos that they do like on top of mountain, that kind of thing.
The outdoor cooking.
He do that concept. So the product placement is the kambing perap. He swim underground, and then he get the kambing perap. He show a bit, and then go back up to land, and then he show the different kind of things he can cook with that kambing perap.
That's very good lah. I mean, I think now I see organic content is shifting from documentary to creative storytelling already. So this is where I'm trying to learn lah, right? So back then I just document, but now I'm realizing that maybe the views were not doing so well. So now I'm trying to do more things that more creative lah. But the Malaysians are very good. Especially those like funny content creators.
So maybe we can invite you to our KL trip. Then
okay.
over there, you will get the algorithm change to the to the Malaysian market. Can learn from there.
Yeah.
Just now I wanted to see lah. I forget again what I want to ask. Sorry, old already. So memory is quite bad.
Maybe must eat chickies, bro.
Tengok aku dah lupa lagi. Tengok. Shit.
Okay.
So while he thinks about his question, you mentioned about your investor wanting you to open in Indonesia, right? What about Malaysia? Has that been something that has come across your mind?
Of course. I mean, it's across the border, but Malaysia have a very strong competition.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys know lah who lah. And also I don't have a lot of network in Malaysia. Indonesia, because I worked there before. I know a few people there. So Malaysia is my network is very weak over there lah.
I see. Okay.
But of course, one day I want to lah, inshallah.
Okay, I remember already what I want to ask you. It's back to your future plans for Chickies. Where do you see Chickies in the next 5 years time? Do you intend for Chickies to be something your legacy, or do you think it's something that could be a sellable business in the future, and then you may actually pivot in another direction once you have sold the company?
Okay, so there are multiple phases that Chickies have went through. The first phase was with your home base. Now that we're moving into the shop, we spend this first 6 months, I won't say first 6 months, maybe first 8-10 months to stabilize ourselves. This first year to stabilize ourselves in this Chickies. The only reason why we're going to Indonesia because the opportunity not on our door lah. Honestly, that's like in my mind, I want to go there maybe in 3 years, 4 years time after this. But we received this opportunity, we just wing it lah. Let's try. But right now, we are trying to stabilize ourselves at the shop. We are not stabilized enough yet because like manpower come and go, and then we're trying to let Chickies self-run in this space. Then after that, then we can focus on expanding more into a bigger kitchen and all. So first we want to gain a substantial market share in Singapore first. So once Singapore is self-running, then I can go to other countries really. Actually, that's one the investor suggested. So they want to buy a piece of Chickies Singapore, ensure it's self-running, then go to Indonesia. So it's not I said we go Indonesia. So now they're doing their diligence, blah 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 lah. So they want to do that in the next 5 years. Of course, what I realize is in this capitalist, this society, this world right now, right, is capitalism, right? So people are buying over one and they're monopolizing the market, everything. So to me, to hold on Chickies, I realize it's going to be difficult lah. Eventually, competitors will kick me out or whatever lah. So in my mind, there's a exit plan lah. Of course, I want to sell this business eventually, and then move on, do other businesses lah. Like Mark Cuban, Shark Tank. So for me, of course, I want Chickies to be my legacy, but I realize is at one point I have to let this go lah.
Do you by any chance think that Chickies can be like Albaik?
Interesting.
That it has become a legacy business, that when the father has passed away, the children are now taking it. And of course the people were afraid that the beneficiaries were afraid that we might not get the donation that the father has always been giving to us. But exactly, you know the story.
Inshallah, if can lah.
So that you do have an exit plan, but you also are preparing for it to become a legacy business, or
I think it depends lah where the road takes me lah. If that to the point where I realize that I'm no longer of value to this company, then I will slowly phase myself off.
I think it's important to have that awareness because a lot of founders, they are not aware and they tend to be delusional, but that is when they actually lose control of
the company.
The company,
and sometimes
the market share.
Because their presence alone has become like detrimental to the whole situation, right?
Like when Arsene Wenger. Early this year you went to Umrah. Was it your first time?
First time.
How do you feel?
It was very surreal lah. Back then, I'm not always not very good Muslim lah. So when I go to before Umrah, I tried to really pick up on my ngaji and all. So now alhamdulillah, I'm able to read the Quran a bit lah. Yeah. So when I went to Umrah, it really make my back then I was very stressed. Yeah. So when I went to Umrah, it feels very peaceful over there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel more at peace than I was last year lah. Yeah. Yeah.
You know, like a lot of people say when they go to Medina, it's much more relaxing. It's much more what's the word they call it?
Serene.
Serene.
Peaceful.
Yeah, peaceful. Like there's serenity there. Do you feel that way, or do you feel that more towards when you are in Mecca?
So Medina much more peaceful. Although there's a lot of people there. Yeah, not say that Medina not a lot of people, but it's a lot. But you still feel very peaceful over there. I think there's one quote that's really describes it. Medina is where you feel peace and close to our Nabi Muhammad, Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And but when you at Mecca is when you see the grand the grand, I say what word can I use the grandeur of Islam lah. Yeah. So that's where you see the mic lah. Yeah. So there's two different ways lah to look at it. Yeah.
The first time you see the Kaaba, do you cry?
At first when I look at it, I was like,
is this happening?
It was more of confusion. Not confusion lah. Okay, before I went to Umrah, right? When I went to the Masjidil Haram, I was very scared. Maybe I couldn't see it or whatever.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So I heard all stories about that. Yeah. So everybody will tell their Umrah stories, right? And I look at it. At first, I was like relief lah. Hey, I can see. Okay. Yeah. So I can see, and then what happened was I didn't cry, but I remember when I leave on my last tawaf, when I'm going to leave Mecca, that's when it really hit me. And then that one I start to tear up a bit lah. That one, yeah. But I really tear up at Makam Nabi, that one, and Nabi Muhammad, at Medina, yeah. So yeah, I think at that point, I was too amazed lah at the Kaaba. So, but when I start to realize that I'm there, walking at the footsteps of our Prophet, that one was when the realization kick in, then emotions start to kick in. Yeah. But then I was too overwhelmed lah. I look at it. Yeah.
Apa nama dia? Like for me, every time, the reason why I ask is because you will tend to miss it when you are back at home. You know, and you as people share, you tend to miss it more. Yeah, so I always like to ask about this kind of experience that you actually have, especially if it's your first time lah. Yeah. But one thing I realize every time after I do Umrah is the rezeki keep on coming. Do you feel that way when you came back to Singapore in terms of your business?
Okay, so back then before I went Umrah, of course I had money concerns, right? Then who would run my business, marketing, or how? I have all these questions. But when I went Umrah, right, I don't really look at my phone or whatever. My business is like at the back of my mind. I focus on ibadah lah, right? But what I see is sales masih masuk. Chikis was able to run itself and without worry lah. And after that, yes, rezeki starts to come in, but there's also these challenges lah. Like for example, me, my mom, also. But one thing interesting happened was when my mom went through her critical illness, right? We were really taken aback lah with all the financial bills and all. That one was really tough period. Then I remember that time, I made dua like how I'm gonna pay all of this. I was very I was praying lah and all. Then what happened was that night itself, someone came to my life and gave me $2,000.
Oh.
So I'm like, hey, I remember I was like
he met up with you and give you the money, or
just transfer, right?
Transfer.
Yeah.
On my TikTok live.
Gabriel or something. I forgot. Yeah, I think I saw that. I wasn't not like that.
Gilbert.
Gilbert. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was that day asar I was praying lah, right? Because I really feel very lost at that time. Then I made doa, and then that night people transfer 2,000. Hey, Gilbert lah transfer me 2,000. I was very shocked and surprised. And then I made a video thanking him, and and my intention was to give traffic to his wife's business also, right? And just give public thanks lah. Then imagine more people come in DM, they want to help also. Yeah, to the point that I like tell them no, it's okay, no more. Yeah. So alhamdulillah we were able to raise money. This money is used for my mom's medical lah. Yeah. So prayers answered lah. Yeah, that was really beautiful lah. Yeah.
Okay. If Gilbert is in front of you right now, what would you say to him?
I would say really thanks lah. I mean, coming from a different race also. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of Christians that came forward also, and I think it's really, I really appreciate the gesture. And there's also people from different faiths that come and help. Even when Gilbert is from a different faith, Christians came to help, Muslims come to help. I mean, our own guys, and that's when I see that like racial harmony. Yeah, that kind of, yeah. So alhamdulillah lah. Yeah. Yeah. Even for my clinic, my mom's clinic, the nurses, it's usually like a Christian clinic. Very Christian lah. And the doctor is a pastor. Right. So when my mom was there, we came back to the clinic. They even said during the morning they will all say prayers for my mom. Yeah. So I really see it's really beautiful lah, seeing all this. Yeah.
It's very wholesome, bro.
It's very wholesome. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Before we end the show, now that you have, I mean, Chickies have reached a certain level of success, and of course, there will be more levels of success that you are aspiring for, and also you are aiming for. But if you were to go back in time and were to tell yourself, perhaps when you were just starting out your very first project or business, what would you tell that Nabil?
I would tell that Nabil to not care about what other people think. Back then I was really I depend on validation from others, especially from people who are much more senior than me. Just go and execute and do it lah. Because Chickies was one of the first few business that I really went out there to execute. Yeah. So back then, like even now when I receive DMs from students going through the same thing as me, they go for competitions, business competition, I'll tell them the best validation you can get is the market, not your professors, not your lecturers, not from judges or industry experts. The best is to go out there and learn lah. That's your tuition fee lah. Yeah. Yeah. So from Chickies also we make a lot of mistakes also. So but that mistakes you will remember until So what I would tell Nabil in the past is to really not care about what other people think, and to go out there lah. Do your own thing. Yeah.
Okay. I think we have extracted a lot of golden nuggets from Nabil.
Yeah, definitely. And I guess if I want to share with you guys, if he was very, very humble. He's telling you guys not to donate anymore, right? But I think one way where you can actually support him is to actually go to Chickies Facebook, not Facebook, Instagram and TikTok, and then also go and make your purchase over there. That's I think one way that you can really show your support.
Yes.
Thank you.
You can see our own Singaporean being going into the global market. Hopefully one day.
Inshallah.
Right.
Doakan.
Yes, we will doakan. For sure. Yeah.
So if you guys want to check him out, it's Chickies, right?
Chickies. Yeah.
CHEEKIES.
Yes.
On Instagram, there's an _SG.
Yes.
Right? Okay. So with that being said, thank you, Nabil, for being here, for sharing your stories, your ups and downs, and I think you've shared quite a number of wisdom as well. We really appreciate your presence here.
Yes.
And
thank you.
To our listeners, thank you for tuning in, and I hope you guys are able to extract the golden nuggets yourself. And with that being said, thank you and see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.